And what's up you guys? If you're watching this video now, I know you're interested in the TriEye rear mirror spectacles, which I've been testing for the past few days. I'm going to tell you my experience about it. I'm going to tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it. So just stay tuned and check out this video. Before I go through it, I want to just introduce to you what is TriEye. Well, TriEye is something that I just saw over the internet while I was trying to research. You know my channel, I try to promote like safe cycling, this and that and this. And I was always been trying to find out, is that a safe way to cycle looking at the rear? Because normally when we cycle in a group or peloton, when we look at the rear, we depend on the people at the back shouting, car back, or whatever. Or we always try to look back and see if there's anybody left behind. These are stuff that we go through as a cyclist, especially if you're riding in a peloton, in a group, in a social ride. So I want to introduce you to TriEye. If you don't know who is TriEye, check out this website. I'm going to just show you the screen right about here. Here's the empty space right here. Okay. So they ship worldwide via DHL, takes 3 to 6 days. In fact, when I actually contacted them and asked them to send me a pair of glasses for me to try, they were very excited to send to me. And I actually did do some reviews and research online, and they had some really good reviews. There are some options you have, of course. Right now is the View Sport Photochromatic, which is the one that they sent to me, worth 680 ringgit. This is what I got from them, which is the photochromatic one. I've been testing it for the past 2 weeks, and so that I can come up with a conclusion what I think about these glasses. Do I like it? Would I use it? But let me just tell you about the specs in general. So the frames are with TR90, a thermoplastic material that's renowned for its exceptional durability, flexibility, and it's actually pretty light. And the frame actually bends under pressure, which is perfect for any sports because you don't want to have any accidents and the plastic just easily crack and go through your skin. You want a plastic that's relatively flexible. That helps a lot, and it's perfect for any sports glasses. Actually, it's a big requirement for any sports glasses. The best thing about this TriEye sports lens, right, is the polycarbonate lens. They're actually very durable because it does come with some scratch-resistant coating. And it's very clear. I mean, when I use it throughout my ride, I find it reasonably clear and I'm very happy with it. Whatever I see is what I see with and without the glasses. And it comes fully UV coated and it protects up to UV 400. Because it's a photochromatic lens, right, the transition between low light is at 0 all the way to when it's very sunny, it goes to category 2. But I like photochromatic because it's my one glasses do it all, where whether it's dark, day, night, cycling through tunnel, this and that, I can see quite clearly, which is something that I do appreciate in sunglasses. So if you do want to get just one pair of glasses, get the photochromatic one. But do bear in mind, photochromatic, under sunlight, it is not the darkest sunglasses. It's not like those really dark sunglasses that can filter up to 70%, 80%, right? So this is, for me, suits my use case. So now you're at the TriEye website, right? And you can look at, actually, they have all these lens colors and the color variation. But what I want to show you more importantly is besides they have the left and right and the dual mirror. But what's interesting is they also have for you the prescription lens insert, which is about 114 ringgit. They got extra accessories as well. And if you look at it, this is where the mirror, okay, can you see? Yeah, this is where the mirror is. One thing I do appreciate is this here. If you look here, can you see it? Let me see if I can focus in my hand. You can see that there's actually a wind tunnel on top of the glasses, which is pretty cool. So it allows air and vapor. When you stop, glasses do mist up, so it allows more air coming in and going out, increase the ventilation, so this is pretty good. So this part here, the ear tip here is rubberized, so it does provide a decent grip. The nose bridge is something that I do appreciate, especially for us Asian nose, right? We have sometimes we don't have nose bridge, sometimes. So when we wear certain sunglasses that doesn't have a nose bridge support or cannot be adjusted, sometimes it goes too low or too high and this and that. So this one allows you to adjust it. And of course you have a nice decal here, which I kind of like, a very simple decal. If you look here, up there you go. I like this. I don't know what this color means, but it's quite nice. The only thing is when you're wearing a photochromatic glasses, when you take a picture, you can see your face. It's not as cool as you wear a full black sunglasses. That's about it, or an orange one. This box which is a recycle box. And oh look, award-winning, look at that. Award-winning at all the Taipei shows. They participated in a lot of shows. SPO awards. They also won an award in Eurobike. It comes in this box, which was a bit underwhelming. When I look at this box, it looks like, okay, looks like an okay box. Maybe if they make the box a bit nicer or it's average. But again, let's not take away the product is good. The box is just secondary for me. And in the box, it comes with a pouch, of course. Comes with a lens cleaner and a user manual. So when you want to buy this TriEye, right, you do have to tell them either buy the mirror on the left, on the right, or both sides. Okay, now let's talk about the mirror. So this mirror is very simple actually. If you look at this, it's actually just a simple mirror, and it is adjustable. You can move it around. The mirror is actually pretty clear. When I put it on, if I do look at it, it is actually pretty clear. It's movable, so you can adjust to the view you want. The only first thing that I notice when I put on this mirror is whenever I cycle, you know, we're at this position, I see a lot of my shoulder that's blocking the view as well as my cheek. So this is something that you need to bear in mind when you're wearing this. This is not a mirror like you put on the handlebar or you put it on your glove, at your wrist there, where you can just immediately see. Even though the mirror is right in front of your face, you do not see the mirror when you're looking straight ahead. So it's very safe to cycle because when you look in front, you do not see the mirror at all. It is not distracting at all if you're looking front. And the only thing is this, if you look at the video now that I'm showing you, which I recorded earlier in the day, you do notice that the mirror it really creates you a tunnel vision. When I do look at this mirror, I really cannot see in front. I really lose concentration at the front. And I think when my first time I was using it, I was so impressed that, you know, I keep on looking at the back. Ooh, I can see at the back, which is pretty clear. I can see at the back very clear. I can see who's behind me. I can see the road. I can see the car. But because I keep on wanting to look at the back, I'm actually not concentrating in front. So if you're using this first time or whatever, I would highly recommend it that you get used to wearing it on a daily basis. Like, you know, go to the park, walk around, look at the side mirror, look at the back mirror, how does it feel like, so that you can adjust it properly, and look at this, you know, and get into your cycling position and look at it. So you want to get used to it before even using on the road, because I feel that it's a bit hazardous when you do that, because on the road, in a peloton, in a group, that's the last thing you want to test a product, which I did regretfully, and I learned from it as well. So hopefully you don't do that. And you will see a bit of your cheek. So what I did was I tilt the mirror just slightly avoiding your cheek, so that when I'm cycling, if I do look at the mirror, it's actually looking at a different angle, not the back angle, but the different angle. So when I want to look at the back angle, I just do this slightly tilt. I can see my back. So I can see who's behind me, which is pretty awesome. The only thing is this, when I'm looking at the back, when I do spot a car, I tend to look, is it a car? Is it a car? Because the image is a bit of getting used to, especially when you have a lot of things behind. You have a lot of things behind and you're trying to understand, is it a car? Is it a motorbike? Or you know, is it coming near, very far? How fast is it? So this will sometimes distract you because you're thinking not only on cycling, you're thinking about the road, about the pothole, about the speed and everything, and you're also looking at the mirror. So this is just an added thing that you need to take note when you're cycling. So it becomes, to a certain extent, a tad dangerous if you are relying this on traffic, because you really are trying to look behind. But I do believe that that was my first day experience. My second day experience was a bit better because I got used to it. I tend to just look just to see who's behind me. I tend to just look to see if there's any car at a glance of less than half a second. And I must always try to remember my focus should be the front. Because if you look back, you really, you don't see it in front. It's actually very dangerous if you ask me personally. So let's talk about the pros. The pros about these glasses is actually very lightweight. It's very lightweight and the lens is super clear. I can really see it clear. And when the sun is up, when the photochromatic hit it black, not slightly dark, I would say the filter of the light is about 30, 40, 50%, which is not too bad. It's not going to be like your sunglasses that's pitch black, that's 70%, 80%. But I think it's reasonable for me and it's usable for me. I like it that I can wear it in the night time, early morning before the sun is up, all the way to the sun is up. So it's useful for me for the chromatic. What I like about these glasses is the fact that in this rear mirror, it does work. I can see at the back, and because the mirror is so near to your face, but bear in mind the mirror is very clear also. And when the mirror is being so near to your face, the mirror actually becomes very big. Looking at front, when I look at the mirror, this mirror suddenly becomes almost 40-30% of my view. Okay, so now I'm wearing my HTC IBEX helmet. Oh, so yeah, in case you want to know, this is how it looks like on the helmet. Okay, so now the cons. It's advisable to test these glasses before you're on the road. Don't do what I did. I actually tested on the road, and I think it was a bit dangerous because it's getting used to. It's not something that you will be quite comfortable with immediately, because I do notice this is my first impression of when I was using it, right? When I'm cycling down the straight road, when I'm actually trying to look at the rear mirror, because I got distracted because there's another view of vision for you, there's another option for you to, it's like there's something else you need to take note of. So I kept on looking at it, So the whole ride I'm like looking at it, I forgot to look in front. It actually becomes quite dangerous, especially when you're in a peloton. I would suggest that when you're in a peloton, it's actually safer when you're following someone. It's actually safer to let someone behind you to shout, "Car back," and you believe there's a car. When you're in a peloton, not very advisable to use this. You can use it, but don't keep on looking at it. Like for me, when I'm in the peloton ride, I would not use this. I would only look at for a while. Okay, there's someone behind me. Okay, someone got dropped. But I would not use this for traffic. I would not use this to see if there's a car. Because when you want to see there's a car, you tend to look a bit longer. The thing that I notice is when I look at this mirror, right, my other visions blur. I cannot see anything. It becomes so blur that I really lose concentration on what's happening in front of me. So I still have to look a bit longer to see if is it a car? Is it a car parked at the side, or is it a car that's moving towards me? So I tend to look at the mirror a bit longer, which then become again dangerous when you're cycling in the group. Especially, don't use this mirror if you're traveling at 40 km/h. In a group ride, don't use this mirror and depend on it, because you should be focusing on who's in front of you, like who's in front of you one wheel away, rather than focusing on the rear traffic. Because if you look at here, a small pothole or distraction and you cross wheel, accident, the whole peloton will fall. So use this only when you feel it's safe, because you will not look at the road when you're looking at this mirror. The other thing I don't like about this thing, I noticed every time I look back, as cyclists, we get so used to when you're cycling, right, you want to look at the back. Like, car back, you look at the back. Or when you're crossing a junction, when you're across a junction, you look back to see, is there really a car? This tends to block your view. Take note in that. This tends to block your view. This is something I feel I'm still not comfortable with. Probably I need to get used to it. But when I turn back, this blocks the view. I cannot see the car behind me already, because I'm actually looking at this mirror. This mirror is blocking close to about 40% of the view. So I can't see. I have to like tilt a bit to avoid this. Maybe because I'm not used to it, I need to look at the mirror a bit longer. Yeah, that's about it lah. I actually do enjoy looking at the rear to see who's behind me, which I only look for about a second and I concentrate already. Less than a second, I'll look at the back. The only thing is I need to get used to it is when I'm crossing the road, and to make sure that there's no car, I tend to do this. I probably need to get used to the mirror a bit more to make sure that once I get used to this mirror, probably I don't need to look back already lah. But that's my 2 weeks impression of using TriEye. In terms of just using this sunglasses, I'm actually quite happy with it. I will still use it a bit longer to get used to the rear mirror. Today I went to Genting Sampah. Last week I went to Rearview, which is more heavy traffic road. So far, so good. But I would say that I will still need to test this for about a month to see whether can I get used to it or not. At the end of the day, to buy this or not, I would say it's entirely up to you. But do get used to it. For me, today's ride was a bit more pleasant because I'm a bit more used to it already lah. I can see at the back. It's pretty cool. So that's the TriEye for you. There you go. Close my eye. Okay. Take care and God bless.